name is Koby Wheeler.
I'm Anna McDonough.
And we are the co-founders of Young Entrepreneurs of Lake Travis. Young Entrepreneurs of Lake Travis, or YELT as we affectionately call it, is an opportunity where teens and students are able to learn the basics of entrepreneurship as well as understand what entrepreneurship is through a series of events throughout the year.
So within this project, Koby and I are entrepreneurs ourselves, so we were able to bring entrepreneurship experience to the table. Throughout this project, I developed many surveys for attendees to take during our events, and that way we were able to better our events throughout the year.
And for myself, I'm involved in a lot of extracurriculars that have to deal with both business as well as event planning. And so from planning events like 300-person TEDx events all the way down to small gatherings and dinners, this seemed like a great next step for me because I was able to bring both my business and event planning together to create these great events that are helping to teach young entrepreneurs. And so we're really excited about that. And with that being said, I'd like to talk about some of the events that we've done over the past year. So on November 6th, we started with our launch event, which was this event that we held at a clubhouse that was on the lake. We brought in food and it was free for everybody to come. And what we wanted to teach the teens was that networking is such a huge part of entrepreneurship. And so we brought in 3 guest speakers to come, and they actually spoke during the dinner. So while people were eating, they were talking about their experiences as entrepreneurs. And the teens really networked well, not only with the guest speakers, but also with their peers, because as young entrepreneurs, we have to lift each other up and support each other.
And so our next event that we held was a pitch workshop, which we had after school at Lake Travis High School. And so we asked students to come in, and we curated many different videos from the TV show series Shark Tank, which showed investors listening to businesses pitch their business plans. This is really important to DECA and people with businesses because they have to know how to successfully give a pitch to an investor or somebody who's helping them with their project.
Our next event series was the DECA Idea Challenge, which actually is a DECA sanctioned event that's worldwide held. And so we brought it into Lake Travis this year, and if you don't know what it is, it's actually where DECA gives out this material that you're supposed to use to create a prototype of a new product. And so this year was rubber bands, and when Anna and I got that news, we were a little bit nervous because we weren't exactly sure how it was going to all work out, because in my mind, rubber bands are something that's pretty limited on what you can do with it. However, when we came into the classroom on Monday and had these teens start coming up with prototypes, we were amazed at some of the ideas they come up with. And one of those ideas is actually pictured here, which is an all-in-one phone and water bottle holder. And I don't know about you, but if I was at a festival or an event or conference, I would actually really like to have one of these.
And so our next event was really cool. We had Shark Tank. So this is based off the TV show Shark Tank. And so we asked students to come up with a business plan for a pizzeria in the surrounding areas of Lakeway. So students collaborated with their teammates, came up with marketing ideas, menus, and slide decks to present to a mock panel of Shark Tank investors, which was actually their peers. So they got back constructive criticism and then went back to their projects and revisioned it and then did it again. So that was really awesome to see.
Absolutely. And then our next event was our Social Entrepreneurship Hackathon. And if you don't know what social entrepreneurship is, a great example of that is actually the Tom's Shoes Company, which actually does a 1-for-1 campaign where you buy a pair of shoes and they give a pair of shoes to a child in need. And so we wanted to show these teens that social entrepreneurship is becoming a lot more important in the business world and a lot more prevalent. And so we actually gave them the opportunity to solve 3 different problems throughout this lock-in on a Friday night, and invited a guest panel of judges, and we invited 5 people, and 3 of them were actually able to make it that night. So Chelsea Collier, who is a smart city expert, and if you don't know what a smart city is, it basically just means that a city is operating at maximum capacity, maximum efficiency. And so, in a nutshell, if your trash can has sensors in it, say it's a smart city, they put sensors in the trash can, they can track how much trash is going into your trash can and then only come when it's full and ready to be picked up. And based off of that, have data collected that basically can predict exactly when your trash is going to need to be picked up, which is really interesting. We also have Marie Bowman and Jean Hennigan, who are both city councilwomen from Lakeway and Bee Cave, 2 of our local communities. And so the teams actually ended up solving 3 different problems, and our winner was this team here, who came up with the solution to the problem of the fact that in Lakeway, in the Lake Travis community, there's a lot of entry-level food and retail jobs that are open and not being filled. And so they created an app and a website that actually brought together the students as well as employers through, one, the previous experience that they had, and also the passions that they have, so that they can be better placed in the job that they're likely to keep for a long time.
And our next event that we had was Coffee with an Entrepreneur. And so this event, we really wanted to have students come in at a more personal basis and gain knowledge from experienced entrepreneurs. So we asked Nathan Ryan, who's a UI UX designer within Austin, and he gave really useful tips to students who are really looking for knowledge within the entrepreneurship spectrum. And so students were able to actually gain mentorship, apprenticeships through Nathan Ryan, which was really amazing to see.
And then our very last and final event is the Weekend Incubator. And so this is the opportunity for our students in Yelt to better show off their skills, because in a nutshell, we've really taught them everything they need to know throughout the last few events that we've had. And so this was the opportunity to bring that all together and show off what they've learned. And this was really the test for Anna and I, because we've been teaching them all this knowledge and wanted to see how well they could do in retaining it. And incubators are happening all around the world. There's timed ones like hackathons where people have to solve problems in a certain time. And so we kind of brought the idea of an incubator and a hackathon together to come up with this, this weekend incubator project. And so teams came together and were put into random teams and had just 2 days to come up with a product or service that they wanted to pitch. So they came up with full-on business plans, marketing plans, financials, everything. And so we also had all of our mentors, our speakers from the very first event that we had, all of our judges, we had all of them come back and actually be mentors for this incubator. And so they came around in different intervals, and they had different areas of expertise so that they could help guide the teams in the right direction on their business and get a little bit of feedback before they went to the actual pitching session. And so then on Sunday, the very last day, we had all of the teams come in and actually pitch their ideas to all of these different mock investors. And we had some really amazing businesses that came out of that, and some really cool innovation on both the product and the service side. And so we were really excited about that.
And to evaluate our project as a whole, it was really rewarding to see students grow throughout the year and get engaged in entrepreneurship, because it really is an amazing field to be involved with. And so to stress that if Koby and I hadn't started so early, we really wish we had this when we were maybe at a younger age within our high school years. And so this was really an important project to have for students at Lake Travis.
Absolutely agree. I think it's kind of the entrepreneurship mantra that says, you know, if you don't have something, you build it yourself. And so this was kind of our opportunity to build something that we didn't have but really wanted, especially when we were younger. And I would agree with Anna. I think it was a really successful event. We really enjoyed getting to teach others. And as far as the future and kind of future plans for Yelt, we would love to see it become a nonprofit and be able to actually spread our curriculum throughout the United States and eventually the world. We think this is really valuable and some real world experience that teens can't get anywhere else. Even in the classroom, even in innovative classrooms, the real world experience that comes with young entrepreneurs of Lake Travis is just so valuable. And so we're really excited about doing that in the future. And we'd love to have any questions or feedback you might have. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Koby Wheeler, Anna McDonough, Entrepreneurship Promotion Plan. 2018, top 20 finishers.